Hello. Sorry, my kids are like crinkling in the background with Pop-Tarts. So if you're hearing some crazy, crazy stuff, hey everybody, it's Erin Reed and I am from Erin Reed Makes, and welcome to my live stream on Create with Cricut Joy. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello everybody. I already see tons of comments, and just a little bit about me. So I'm Erin Reed Makes. I've been doing these summit things for a while. I've got lots of cool stuff. I have a YouTube channel, so my link to my YouTube channel is down below. I also do lots of YouTube videos. I host card swaps. So if you're ever interested in doing card swap, my latest ones right now, you can go to my website for that, erinreedmakes.com. Everything is Erin Reed Makes. That makes life super, super simple. I'm just looking over here in case there's a question. And then let's see what else. I don't know, there's all kinds of crafty stuff. My big thing that's going on right now, which I would love for anybody who would like to come, I'm hosting an in-person makers retreat in just outside of Austin, Texas in Dripping Springs in about 1 month. There's only a few spots left. And I actually, just as a heads up, there's a giveaway for one of the spots. I just decided to be super, super generous and be like, you know what? My community has been so amazing to me. I want to give one of my maker retreat spots to my audience, to all those amazing followers and subscribers, but it's only to those that are in my email list. So, but you know, if you message me, I'll send you the link to where that is. Anyway, so if there's questions, please let me know. I'm going to show you what my project was all about. So this was my project. It was just a really quick and easy project that was all about vinyl and using your Joy or your Cricut or whatever cutting system you happen to have. And I'm going to give you a little tidbit in case you don't have one, or if you have like you don't have a Cricut maker, or if you don't have, which I'm assuming you probably do if you're all part of this presentation. So here are these really cool little vinyls. This is just some wood rounds. I actually got these from Arteza years ago. They already had the drill hole put in them, but you can find these little wood rounds everywhere. I did put the vinyl on both sides. And so in the cut file you get from me, which is the freebie, don't forget to use the code, and the code is mentioned just below my name on my video link. You get all three of these plus a few extra ones. And here is that really cool reindeer. I love it. And then here is the Christmas tree. And then here is the reindeer. And I just put the deer on the one side, but I didn't bother putting the flowers on the other side because I was like, you know, it looked funny. Sometimes you do a project and you see it from the other side, you're like, that looks weird. So I just left it off. Plus it was covering up his little antlers. I probably would have angled it differently had I done it again, but you know, whatever. So I love these. I've also done one previously a couple years ago. I did one because I like to make ornaments. Like my whole entire tree is all handmade ornaments. We might have a few bought ones here and there. But I love the idea of when I put my tree up every year, I remember like the kids made that little thing, and I try to put the year on there somewhere. I like to make ornaments and pass them out to people. I'll put them on their presents. It'll be part of like some sort of little gift that they do. So I've also made the same ornament, and I cut the vinyl in the year. So the one that I did was from 2020. So I actually have a 2020 wood ornament on one side where it was painted, and then it had a shape on the other side. So that was kind of like my inspiration to how to show you how to do this. Those wood ornaments though, those wood rounds I actually cut from the bottom of a tree and then sanded it down. So it was really, really homemade. I didn't buy the wood rounds, which is kind of fun. So my other way that you can do it, just as in case you're curious, is that you can also, if you have any like die shapes, so just want to show you an example, you can take any sticker vinyl out there. And I've got like a gloss vinyl. This is like a luster vinyl. This one's a glitter vinyl. You can use a die. So you can die cut sticker vinyl, or your regular like decal vinyl, anything like that. Not HTV. We're not talking about HTV. It says regular vinyl of all different kinds, and you can cut it out. And then, so if you have dies, but you don't have the shape that you want, but you have the die for it, that can go on the round as well. So you can even check to see if the size is correct. So I can cut anything with this star and it could go on there. So it's just kind of a workaround if you can't find the shape that you like within any of your Cricut files, or any, you know, like if you can't find a file you like, or it's just way too expensive, you know, because sometimes all these files kind of add up in price. Look at the inventory you might already have from your other crafty supplies and see if that would work. So if there's any questions, oh, we got a question. Love the project. Great. Yes. Christmas package tags. Absolutely. You could even customize, and you can put people's initials on the front of the circle. Like that would be a really cool way to do that. So there's endless possibilities of what you can put on the wood rounds. Sky is the limit. And you can also color coordinate it with people and you know, with whatever gift you're doing. So if the wrapping paper is a certain color, you can match the vinyl to go with the wrapping paper. Like you can get really like super chic with all of it. So it's kind of fun. Love your ornaments. I don't have wood rounds, but I have a stack of wood tags. Perfect. Dollar Tree ends up having a ton of different wood shapes. I've found bells, I've found trees, circles, like flat circles. They usually come in, I think, like a 3 or a 4 pack of them. And they're going to be starting to come out. As crazy as it is, but we're talking about Christmas right now and we're July and it's like 102 degrees outside here in Texas. It's so blazingly hot. It's crazy. But you will probably start seeing those Christmas tags, the wooden tags coming out in the next couple of months is my guess. But I know you can go online to Dollar Tree or go to Amazon and they have a whole bunch of those flat tags as well. And they're pretty cheap and the vinyl goes on there beautifully. No problem. I will give one caveat to if you're going to put any vinyl on wood, make sure you don't stain your wood. As soon as you put a stain on that wood, it's got a little bit of an oil to it. The vinyl will not stick. Paint works because it still has that, because it still has a tooth to the paint. So it'll still allow that vinyl to stick to it or just the raw wood itself. And obviously, if you feel like the wood is not quite smooth enough, just get a little bit of some sandpaper and then you're good to go. My wood, because it came pre-bought and it was ready to go for crafting, I didn't have to do any of that. But if you feel like it wasn't quite there, like when I cut my tree rounds, I did sand them and I actually like planed them in the whole thing. Could you use HTV and iron on wood? I have not personally tried it, but I do know that you could use HTV on paper. So I would assume that it could still translate. I have not, again, not personally tried that, but I would say that yes, it would, but I would, sorry, punny times. I would double check and maybe do like a quick Google search. Does HT work on vinyl? I mean, I would assume so, but again, I am not the expert on that, so I can tell you that. For certain, I would not be able to be like, yes, because I've not done it, but I would be shocked if it didn't. Let's put it that way. So if you have HTV and you love that color and you love all those things, by all means, and I know you can get some pretty intricate designs with HTV over, let's say, the sticker vinyl, but you can get some pretty intricate designs with the sticker vinyl. Is there any other questions? Anything else? Can you guys think of anything else you could put these on? I mean, I love the idea of sticker. Just think sticker or vinyl and ornaments. There's a ton of different fun shapes you can do. And obviously it works on the plastic ones too. You don't have to go the wood route. So there's a ton of really pretty plastic ornaments out there, like the balls, or there's the flat ones that are colors. I would just make sure that whatever surface you're putting it on is a smooth surface and nothing that's got like ridges or bumps or glitter. It might have a really hard time because you're going to get all the bubbles in there. And I personally don't like seeing all the bubbles and all the warpy stuff in there, but that's just me. So trying to see if there's anything else. People are saying it works better than regular vinyl. It's possible. Yeah, it's totally possible that the HTV might work better than the regular vinyl. I have not played too much with HTV because I don't have a ton of it, but I have a ton of the sticker vinyl. So there we go. Will it stick to metal tags? Absolutely. Yes. So again, the sticker vinyl will stick to anything that's got, as long as it's not got an oil to it. So if you feel like it might have a little bit of a greasy surface, then you can clean off with just a little bit of alcohol, let it dry, like rubbing alcohol or just a Clorox wipe or something, let it dry, and then you'll have no problem. And there are some really, really cute metal tags. I saw these at Dollar Tree. That's why I keep mentioning that. They're a 3-pack. And there was some that had like, they were a traditional looking tag looking item and they had a rounded top and then some had the V top and it already had the twine in there for everybody. I don't know why I had to hold up the twine to tell you the word, but as we get older, we have to do weird things to help us get words to come to our brains, anyway. So it was a 3-pack. It's so like $1.25. You get 3 beautiful tags and you could do a ton of stuff. And again, you can go on the front and the back, and it was like that galvanized metal. So it looked like it was kind of weathered, but it's smooth and it would work perfectly. So yeah, good question. Good question. And I keep forgetting to say the name. So awesome. Sorry about not calling your name out when you're reading it. I read the question, I forget to read the names, and I'm on the background of everybody telling, read the names. People love to hear your names being said. I'm so bad about that. Words are hard, Debbie. They are. They're so, so hard. quick PSA, just wanted, because I'm behind the scenes and helping with all of the stuff, with all the speakers and producing. If you have any questions about anything to do with the summit, Facebook, the messages on there, they get buried. It goes so fast, especially if it's like a new comment or if it's in a thread below it. It gets very hard to find those because everything gets jumbled around in Facebook. So if you have a specific question about the summit, or you're having issues, link right here. There's an email right here. Go to the customer service, send them an email, and they will help you take care of it, because it will probably get lost in the mass of all the stuff that's going on in Facebook. So make sure you email, because the Facebook will get missed. All right. Can we email me with questions about upcoming event in August? Yes, absolutely. You can message me. You can email me. I have absolutely. Yeah. If you're really, I would love to have, we have like I said, there's only a couple of spots left. Just as a little tidbit, we have a whole house to ourselves. It's in Dripping Springs, Texas, which is on the southwest side of Austin. It's about 20-25 minutes outside of Austin. I'm on the northeast side, so it's about an hour and a half drive for me, but it's beautiful. I've stayed there before. We have the entire space to ourselves. Every person gets their own crafting table. You're going to get a swag bag full of amazing, amazing products. I'm going to just put up real fast if everybody's interested. And this is one of the things I was mentioning. Take a look at the sponsors of the people that are coming to this event. Like, not people, sorry, companies. So we're going to be working with Sizzix. We have some amazing cards that we're going to be working with some Sizzix products on those. We're going to be doing sublimation. We're going to be doing some vinyl, similar kind of what's going on here, playing with markers. We're going to be making cards. We're going to be doing some home decor items. There are some really, really cool things that we're going to be doing there that are a ton of fun. So if you have specific questions, if you're curious, food's included, lodges included, all the 15 plus projects we're going to be made, all the supplies. You don't have to bring a thing except for yourself, unless you have like a specific set of scissors that you really like, but a lot of it's going to be cut out for you already. Sorry, I had a little ant on my arm. That was weird. I don't have a bug on my arm. Let's see. And then, yeah, everything's included. You just have to get there. It's the only thing that's not included with the retreat. So it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. It's about a month away, and I'm just like, I've got all the products coming in. I got Castle & Pooler inks coming in, the stencils, and it's going to be so much fun. All right. How many people can come to my retreat? We have, the house is up to 14, but that's for beds total. So we've got myself and my daughter, she's my assistant. So we're taking up 2 of the beds. There's 12 other beds, but there's also the ability to have 4 people come as a day pass. And there is a couple of hotels that are just down the road, like a mile down the road. So if you already have your own car, or if you live in the area and you're not far, a couple people have mentioned that they might be coming for their day pass, depending on how their schedule is working. So if you want to be able to come each day, or you only can come for a singular day, because that's all your schedule can allow, then you can just do the day pass. And it includes everything for the entire day, food, all the projects we're doing for just that day. And then you just don't have the lodging part of it. So, but you could do all the days. So we're going Thursday night, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half of the day Sunday. And then we check out Sunday afternoon. So good question. Yeah. But if you have any specific questions, there is a link on my website that has all the details, what we're doing, what our schedule is for the day, ideas for some of the projects we're doing, the sponsors, all that cool stuff, kind of where the location is, pictures of the actual retreat place that we're going to be going to, all that cool stuff. So it's all there. So yay, it's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. It's my first retreat I'm hosting. I've been to many. I've taught oodles and oodles of classes, but I've never kind of put the whole thing together. So I am so excited for that. Is there any other questions you have on the projects? Oh, we have another one. Okay. How did I get started in crafting? Ooh, okay. So I've been crafting ever since I was a little girl. So I want to say there's always been something that I've been doing that's been kind of tucked in the weeds of, I was always painting little figurines or playing with Sculpey clay or painting this, or I did, friendship. I used to have a friendship bracelet thing when I was in middle school. I actually made friendship bracelets as a business, which was kind of fun. So I was always doing something in the line of crafting. And then when I had my eldest, I was a little bit of a late bloomer into the whole scrapbooking world, but I got introduced to it because I went to my mother-in-law's and they were all scrapbooking, and they let me borrow some supplies, and I made some of my son's first baby pages. So, and then I got really hooked. Of course, I had a kid that was making the baby pages really cute, and scrapbooking was a huge, huge deal at that time. I mean, he's almost 18. Oh my gosh. And so I got into that, but it was just like I'd pull it out every now and then. And then tragedy struck. You know, there's always something in your life that causes things to take a turn. And my daughter passed away. So I had a little baby girl, and she passed away. And my way of dealing with her grief of her loss and everything was to dive into creating. So I was a high school science teacher. That was what I did. And I taught biology, physics, chemistry. I no longer could go to school. She passed away while I was at school teaching. And so I had to be home, and I had to be home for my son. I had to be home for me. I had to figure out a new way to exist in this world. And my way of dealing with it was art therapy, well, crafting therapy, but same difference, right? And so seeing her pictures every day, working with, just getting out of my head in a way and just thinking about what is on that page. And it was scrapbooking pages, specifically pictures about her. And I was seeing her, but I was also thinking about the layouts and designs and everything to do with that. And so your brain switches gears when you're dealing, like your hands are touching something, you're tactile with things, you're thinking about colors, you're thinking about design, you're thinking about textures, you're thinking about how will this work with that, the layout, like all of it. And it's soothing. And so for me, it was my lifesaver, and it still is. And so from that moment, and I needed to do art. I needed to do something creative every day to help get through all those hard years. And then I had more children, and I stayed home, and it just, tragedy turned into my passion, which then turned into my necessity. And then it turned into something that I never thought I would do, which was my own business in the crafting industry. So, life throws you curveballs, and you got to roll with the punches, and you got to work through it, not past it, but through it. And so, art and crafting has definitely been my way of dealing with all of it. So, and still to this day, I definitely feel like the itch if I don't do it for a while. So, and I know I'm not alone. There's many and many of you that in whatever capacity, art and crafting is probably your sense of therapy and your sense of, releasing and just kind of coming to terms with whatever is going on in your life. So you are not alone by any means. There's many of us that have gone through something, are going through something, or will go through something. So, if making a cute little ornament with some vinyl on it and spending time cutting it out and putting it together and, and doing all that helps you feel better, I am all for that because it works for me. So my little PSA for the day, right? Hence why I love like this retreat, the chance to kind of get away and like doing the projects, making the videos. And it's just, it's all part of the big plan, right? All right. I see a couple other questions up here. Is there any other questions everybody has? I think I saw a couple. I see one from Susan Tremper. Here he says, is your children's favorite crafts you made for them in general? Ooh, what's my children's? So my daughter, my youngest is 10, and we have a table over by the TV, and it is like an old IKEA table that has those baskets down below. And in all the baskets are like markers and pens and washi tape and paper and stickers and glue and all kinds of stuff. And she sits down, paint brushes. She has some of my really old Tim Holtz mats, the nonstick mats. And she'll sit there and just put a movie on or put a TV show on, a series, and she will create. And she comes up with ideas and cool stuff more. So I don't tell her what to create. I think she sees and she watches, and then she just does. And the stuff that she does at school right now, her current project is she is building a duct tape boat with her leftover Girl Scout cookie boxes. It's a really cool looking boat. It looks like it's a stealth boat. It's so awesome. And then we're going to have all the girls come over, and they're going to float their boats in the pool and see how well they did. You don't have to sit in it. It's just, you could design it for anything you wanted. She's calling it a canoe, but I'm calling it a stealth boat, but it's her thing. So I'll go with canoe because she's looking at me like it's a canoe, Mom. But yeah, they create everything. A lot of my kids like doing the diamond art right now. So I have some older children as well. My middle son, he is really into sketching. So I've gotten him some sketchbooks, and he's got some pens and some pencils. He's really into pencil. So we might go down the charcoal route with him, but he likes just kind of sitting and sketching. And I'm not a big sketch drawing person. And I'm like, maybe I can hire him to draw some designs for me. So I'm like, get everybody in the mix, right? Can you use these designs for gift tags? Absolutely. Going back on topic again. So yes, you can absolutely use these for gift tags. I mean, you don't have to use it as a set ornament. You could even like get away from the idea of Christmas or the holidays, and you could totally put this in, like you could do a Halloween something on there. I made one, and it's not vinyl. I did it out of felt, because you can cut felt with your Cricut. I don't know about the Joy because you have to have a different blade, but with your maker you can, or you can die cut felt. And so I've put like a felt face on top of this. I've seen ones that look like little animals, but I also did one that was all Hocus Pocus theme, and they are super cute. I have no idea where they are in my space right now, probably buried in a box, but it looks like the three sisters. So it was actually three of them, and it was three sisters, and it had like the little dot for the mole, and it had three different colors of hair for the felts. But you could totally do that same thing for anything. You could also do it as a tag. Think for like birthday parties, you could put whatever theme on there, and it doesn't have to be a wood tag. It could be, like we said, metal tags, or it could be a piece of paper. There's nothing wrong with doing vinyl on a piece of paper as your tag. I mean, that's a really cute idea. So could you make your ornaments with the kids? Absolutely. Yes. I think vinyl is a really good project to do with little kids. I don't think I would just like hand it to them and let them figure out how to weed it, especially with the pokey tool, depending on the ages of the kids. But with the weeding tool, my daughter we used the weeding tool all the time when she was doing her posters for Girl Scouts. And so we would cut it out. She would help me set it up. We'd talk about the fonts. We'd get the whole thing set up. She'd help me put the vinyl onto the cutting mats and help me load it. She would start the button, and we'd have everything color coordinated for the colors within, because I have a maker. I don't have a Joy. I need to get one. I just haven't gotten one yet. Anyway, I feel like I would really enjoy the Joy because it's nice and small. I just haven't bit the bullet to get one yet, to buy one. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so she'll sit there and then she weeds it all out. And then I showed her how to do a couple of it. And so she's 10, but she was doing a lot of that when she was 8 years old. So for that kids to do a smaller, I wouldn't do very intricate designs, but something like the star, I think would be perfect, or like the tree. The kids might have a harder time with the reindeer, depending on the age and their ability level to really weed out some of the antlers on there. But, you got to give kids credit for being able to do more than we give them credit for. And if they're really into being creative and they like to work with their hands and they're tactile. So what if they break the vinyl? Cut out like 4 or 5 of them and let them do it as they wish. And, here's another really cool thing. You can have them cut just the scrap pieces of sticker vinyl, and they can do mosaics with them, and they can peel it off and like put them on things. It's a really cool little project for them. So easy. So much fun. Lots of cool things you can do with them. So is there any other questions? Oh, some of the companies that I work with a lot of companies. So I just did a live video with the products that came in yesterday. It's sitting right here, so I'll talk about that. So I work with Erin Condren. They just sent me their new planners. I'm so excited. So if you want to see all about the new academic planners, the Star Wars planners. So I work with Erin Condren. They're a lot of fun. I work with scrapbook.com. I work with Kuhn & Felt company. That is the felt that you would find in the big box stores. And sometimes it says Kuhn & Felt has a big K on it. So Kuhn, Kunin. Or they also make the felt, which is under the store brand name. And you'll find them in the kids craft felt that you would find in any of the big box craft stores or Walmart or things like that. You'll find them there. I also work for Craft Express and Art Express. I work, well, not for them, but with them. So I create videos with them. Xyron. So your sticker makers. Our old-fashioned X's, I've been working with them for quite a few years, and I actually love working with them. Oh, let's see. Who else do I work with? I work with a lot of companies. Prickly Pear Stamps. I work with Crafters Workshop. I work with, there's a laundry list of people that I work with. And sometimes it's like on a monthly basis, I help create videos for them. And some of the times it's here and there. Just depends on what the needs are. I do a lot of video content creation, especially like the short videos. That's kind of like my big thing right now. What blade do I need to cut felt? So I use, and unfortunately with the Joy, as of right now, they don't have this capability. It's the rotary blade. So it looks like this little thing right here. So it's a little rotary blade. And so you just switch it over. In the maker, it has the capability of switching the blade out. And so that's how you can cut felt. And it's really cool. You can do a lot of cool stuff. Anything that you would cut with paper, you can cut on felt. Same, anything on paper you can cut with vinyl. Vinyl is the same blade as paper, but with the felt, the rotary blade, because it's a material. And I've heard people say, well, what if you put it on like a really hard backing or something like that to make it stiffer? It still pulls and it doesn't quite have that clean cut. So I feel like the rotary blade is just the best way to go with that. So any other questions that you guys might have? Do I ever sleep? Oh, sorry. What is my favorite craft? Ooh, whatever I'm working on at that moment. I like crafts that are fast and quick and satisfying. So for me to sit and do like a massive quilt, that takes way too long. Like that's, to me, is an unending, not very satisfying. I want to be able to start it and complete it within a shorter period of time to feel like I accomplished something. I'm like one of those girls that likes to check the ticks off the boxes, like done, done, or strike through. I'm a strike through kind of girl. And so to have a project like quilting or like a big sewing project or, you know, like knitting or crocheting, those are very long projects and big projects. And I feel like I would never be able to tick that box for a very long time and call it done. So I'm a short, fast, sweet, cute, and functional, if possible, kind of a crafter. So that's what I gravitate towards. So card making, paper crafts, mixed media, fun little ornaments and home decor. Sublimation is great for that too, you know, especially if I can use it in some way. So like to me, like this is going to be an ornament that goes on my Christmas tree, or it's a gift to somebody. Sometimes I'll make art just to make art, but I like to have a purpose for it, but beyond just the act of making it. So do you use it? I've never used the engraver tip. I've seen it now, but that's never been anything I've like jumped into. And now that I've seen like the idea for like the rhinestones that we just saw about moving, I'm like, oh, the wheels are turning, and like the engraving tip and the scorching tool. And I'm like, those are all things I haven't delved into yet. And my brain's like going, and it's so cool. There's only so many. I am somewhat limited to the kind of projects that I make with the companies I work with, because they're wanting me to create projects for video and for content for my channel or for their channel or for shorts that go on both of our channels or reels. So sometimes I just don't have enough time to go try that new thing unless they send it to me and go, we're working with this now. I'm like, okay, let's do that. But yeah, I have to come back to that sleep question. I probably should sleep more. I am a night hawk. So I was up until 2 a.m. last night, and then I was up this morning. I will admit I had a small nap because I was really tired this morning between the morning's live stream when we went on this morning for like the kickoff party this morning, or whatever. And then before the first person went on, yeah, I totally had like a little hour nap. I went back up in my room. I was down here doing all the producing in my jammies because I knew I was just not going to be functioning this morning after not going to sleep till 2 a.m. I'm so bad. What kind of projects do you want to create next? Ooh, whatever. Well, the next projects I'm going to be creating are all of the prototypes and all of everything for the, sorry, I keep seeing my desk, which is blurring out the camera, everything for this, the retreat. So a lot of the projects, some of the supplies are still coming in. So I haven't been able to complete the final project because I'm still waiting on stuff to come in. So yeah, that's all the next projects I'm creating over the next month, getting all that ready. And a little birdie is about to tell you something cool. If you cannot come to the in-person retreat, which I understand not everybody, it will be offered as a virtual, and there will be kits that you can purchase to do all the projects. So that is coming too. That's the end of September. So just stay tuned. If you're interested in all these little fun tidbits and things and all the cool stuff and like retreats, like events and all that, you know, card swaps, join my newsletter. We have a lot of fun over here. So anything else? I know we're getting close to time, so I don't want to shut everybody off. Oh, somebody has a good question. It's Catherine Hodgson. So what is the best program for iPad to design on my own SVGs? So I am not an Apple person. I'm a total Android. I have Windows. I have nothing Apple, but I will tell you how I do it. So I use a couple of different programs. So I use Inkscape, which is a free program, and that's how I use to create my SVGs. And you can also save them as like DXF files and some of the other different file types. So when I put them on my store for sale, they have the different file types you can use with different programs that you're using. So if you're a Silhouette, or if you're trying to do like a Glowforge or something, you can still use the same file. and also SVGs because that's the most common one. But I also give as JPEG and PNG as well. So, but I also use Canva, which I think everybody in the world knows what Canva is now. And I have the highest paid level of that because I use it so much and I'm using it for lots of different things. So I will kind of go in and brainstorm what I want for a project within there because they have all the cool shapes and I might draw things. I will also go into Photoshop and work some stuff in into Inkscape, wrong word, and kind of do a blend between all of those things together and just kind of have some fun between all of that. And then that's how we end up creating the SVG files. So within the iPad world, I do not have an answer for that. I'm sorry, because I'm not an I person. I'm an Android. That's what I do. Is Inkscape an app on the phone? No, it's a desktop app. There might be some sort of, if you're going to really seriously get into creating all your own SVGs and doing things like that, then you really want to take the leap and work from a desktop computer or something that's a little bit more and bigger than your phone, because you're dealing with lots of intricate things and you want to be able to blow it up and be very pinpoint. And with your finger, it's kind of hard, at least for me. And maybe I'm just an old school girl that I grew up with desktop computers and my mouse and, editing and doing all the stuff that way. But in my mind, I think it would be very, very difficult to do some of the intricate things within Inkscape that you can do just on a phone app. And it wouldn't have all the capabilities because the program is quite a hefty program. It's not something that could just be on your phone with everything else that's there. So I could be wrong. And there might be another version that you could do on your phone, but I don't think it's going to have all the capabilities that you want it to do. It doesn't quite have the punch that the one that for the desktop would have. So maybe I'm wrong. So, but I'm definitely a desktop girl. I do all my video editing on my desktop. I do all my photo editing. I do all my design work on my desktop. And, and then I transfer if I have to upload things from my phone to for Reels and for Shorts and for TikToks, then they'll go to my phone and I go from there. And I do have one editing app for video that I use on my phone if I'm traveling, but I don't tend to like to use that because it takes way too long compared to how fast I can be on my computer. I'm a much faster computer person, I think, is the bottom line. So anything else? I know we're kind of at time. So if there's no other questions, yep, we're wrapping up. See, I'm waiting for that. It's a wrap. And that's where we're at. So thank you all so much. Just as also PSA, just because I'm helping in the background here. If you have any technical support questions, if you have any questions that have to do with the summit, something's not working, you can't get it to work, whatever it might be, please email the link right down here. Here we go. Right here. This link right here. Oh, got hair in my mouth. The link right here, email support right here, because that will get seen, absolutely be seen, and they will respond to you. It will almost certainly get lost in the thread in the Facebook group. So it will not get seen. You probably won't get a reply. It is only by chance if it happens to get noticed, but it will absolutely get noticed and recorded if you email support, which is right there. So thank you, everybody. Have an amazing, amazing day and enjoy the rest of the summit. Bye.